Welcome to our sewer summit. That's our agenda for the day. But we're actually going to have a live demonstration done by Granger Hunter Improvement District on sewer cleaning. Okay, we have a cool opportunity to do that. Those of you online, we'll be sure that you're included on that too. We'll take our phone cameras out there and record that for you to see.
All right, welcome everybody. Well, we look around, and I'm pretty sure most of you have as much experience as us running these trucks. So we're probably not going to teach you a lot of new things here, but we did want to give a chance to show you something we do with our new operators to help them understand how to fully operate this truck the right way. How many of you ran a jetter combo truck before? I see most hands there. What we want to talk about is using the different nozzles to your advantage, understanding what each nozzle is used for and when we use it. We luck out because we've got a guy with over 20 years of experience running a truck here with Bruce. And then our CCTV foreman right here, Dave, has been with us for over 15 years now. And so we've got some senior operators that are real good at teaching how to operate this truck. What's the different size pipes you guys usually clean?
6 to 10.
6 to 10? What else? What's the biggest pipe?
36.
What, how big?
36.
36? Anybody bigger than 36?
Yeah, a couple pieces of 42.
42. Okay, yeah. So you can see, obviously, depending on the pipe size, can change how we clean pipes. So we've got a handful of nozzles here. We're not going to be able to throw them all on and show you. This one here, what would you use this for? Floor cleaner, which is going to be used for larger diameter pipe. Why do you use a floor cleaner? There it is right there. You need the weight to keep it on the floor to fight the flow that's in the pipe, right? Larger diameter pipe has higher flow. Ones we do like to show off is, anybody know what this is? It is a warthog. What's it used for? Grease. Grease is a good one. What else? Roots. If it's fine roots, this is incredible to clean that out, right? With this, what's the disadvantage of using something like this?
Lots of water.
You can go through water quickly. What else?
If the pipeline.
Liner.
Liner.
Anybody ever clean line pipe with this?
That'd be great.
Can actually peel the liner right off the pipes. Everybody saw that video where Beaver guy here? Anybody saw that video of that exposed aggregate, right? What does this do to that? That hole in the bottom may end up being a hole at the top of the pipe with a full collapse with this, right? So you do have to worry about stuff like that with this, but this one's real cool. We love to use this for grease. We have hot spot lines that we clean. We use it all the time for grease. And this is the first thing we'll always try for getting rid of roots. If this can't take care of it because the roots are a little thicker, we've got a few other chain knockers and saw blades that we can use to help take care of that.
How often you guys maintain your hot spots or your troubled areas? You guys do it like every quarter, every month, every 6 months, or how often do you maintain those areas?
All of those.
All of them.
All of the above.
All the above. You don't like have to go back to certain lines like frequently because they're a problem child and they cause lots of backups, or they have potential for causing the sewer plugs and then property damage.
What are your biggest hot spot concerns? Roots for you guys. What else? Bellies. Okay. Grease. Yeah, for us, a lot of our biggest hot spot areas are grease. They seem to be the nemesis because as soon as that starts to collect, something else catches on in. And then followed closely second by roots for us.
So lower income houses like apartments, townhomes, apartments, people that are renting, they don't care what they pour down their drains or what they get rid of. So those areas will be, greasy areas that are gonna have to stay on top of.
What do you guys use for a standard nozzle? Typical cleaning, 6 to 8 inch. And if you have a special nozzle you use for that?
We don't have anything. I don't know what it's called. It stays on the bottom pretty good. Yeah.
So for us, we have a 30-degree that we believe is real good for areas where we're trying to make sure we're getting the full surface of the pipe. And if we feel like there's a higher flow, even in the smaller pipes, we'll transition to a 15-degree nozzle. And all that, and all of ours are usually going to be 60 to 80 gallons a minute, depending on how much we want to turn up the truck. They're rated for 80. Our truck's rated for 80, but we'll use the 60 GPMs and run the truck just to get that, to help find the pipe, or it's just what uses the least amount of water to get the job effectively done. So a lot of ours depends on just looking at the pipe size and what the material's made of on what we use for nozzles.
If I'm in an area where I have to get that nozzle uphill or whatever, I'm gonna probably go to a 15-degree nozzle so I can get that nozzle to drag out my 1-inch water hose a lot easier without getting slack in it. So I'll go to a 15-degree nozzle over that 30-degree nozzle. Seems like it pulls that, drags that hose out a lot better with a 15-degree.
What about this? Anybody know what this is? Skid? What's it used for?
Center of the pipe.
It does help center the pipe. What else?
Build laterals.
It does prevent you from turning to go up laterals. And one other thing,
From flipping in the
it does wear out. So it saves the nozzle, right? Don't save the nozzle. That is one. But it also is a safety feature. So it doesn't flip back and shoot back up at you out of the manhole. Anybody ever had that happen?
It's not over here.
Have the nozzle flip around on it? Anybody ever been upstream and have a nozzle shoot up out of the hole?
Yeah.
That thing comes with some pressure, right?
And it's moving.
You do not want to be in the way if that happens. So hold that up again, Dave. So yeah, this is what typically this is what ours will look like to start, or 8 or 10-inch line. And this
One that's been used to do it.
is one that's been well used. You can see it wears out differently for all of them. Do you guys buy these or make your own, or buy them? You know how long they typically are? 12, 14. So everybody know how you judge how big of a skid you need? Typically it has to be bigger than the diameter of the pipe. So if you're running an 8-inch, you want at least an 8-inch skid, because that'll stop it from being able to flip over. If you want a 10-inch, you need at least a 10-inch skid in length. So, okay, everybody can get close because you're not supposed to see a lot of this.
Don't stand down there.
Don't stand here because that's where all the water's coming. If you feel like getting wet, go ahead. It is clean water. It's a sewer truck, but that actually is clean water.
Warm out the place today.
So, but we want you to be able to see this clear too. You can get on either side if you want to.
I'll go ahead. Fire it up there, Rick.
Yeah, go for it, Bruce. So yeah, so if everybody sees this on the truck right here, this is a disinfectant. So you actually can have it hang over the hole, and you can turn it on and off as you bring it up. It'll actually disinfect the hose and help take care of any bacteria and things like that. Helps me kill 99% of the. Show it, how they see it, it's hard to understand. And the only other way we've seen people able to understand it is if they're watching it on TV while they're cleaning it. So we created this idea to use it too for everybody on onboarding orientation so they can see it. We usually start, this here is a 15-degree nozzle. You can see the spray behind it and it turns it on. And the way that water fills it up and turn up right there, the water pressure helps find out for the pond. If you have a floor cleaner, it's so heavy where to get that stays on the bottom. Any requests? Oh, the warden. Gator. Ready? The multi-flow function on one of these trucks. As you can see, as soon as he turns that flow down, what happens? It changes the way the nozzle is, right? So there's different ways you can adjust the vacuum when you're running it. It isn't all just throttle and water. You can adjust the amount of flow that's coming through, and that's when you become real familiar with cleaning a truck like Bruce is. You know exactly how to save water and how to clean more effectively and efficiently. And when you really need that water, you can adjust that flow. Go ahead and swap that out. And then I'll use the penetrator to make a product. It's gonna shoot out the jet. How many of you have ever had to clean a sewer well? Yeah, quite frequently, or try not to have any. Never good to have one, right? Most people in their career are definitely going to have a hand with sewer plugs. Do you guys have a preference on how you break plugs? I get full facing also take out. So forward facing, and this one here, it's called a chisel nozzle, and the advantage that break the plug is not just the water that shoots forward to help create penetration with water on the break. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Become a blockage again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this one will suck down the water pretty dang fast.
So how many gallons per minute are you at right now?
Right now I'm just under 40.
Just under 40?
Yeah, like it up. Yeah, this is a 1-inch router hose. A lot of the combination or cleaning trucks use a 3/4 router hose so you can save the water that way.
Okay. So with every single situation, there's a different model you can use, right? A lot of it's about using the right tool for the right job, and that helps eliminate sewer plugs in the future. And if you ever do get one, it's having the right tool to help mitigate the problem. There's a few things we can say we've learned over time is a lot of this, even though you don't, I don't know about you guys, but you don't get an opportunity much as you do clean. We use the flood system about every 2 years. And that's helped us prevent sewer plugs, but we've actually been able to catch a lot of them by training their operators on what to look for, how to properly operate the truck. First thing we always need to use their asset management tool that live inside and material of the pipe. Why does that make a difference? Yeah. So for those that don't have the kind of experience, by knowing the pipe size and pipe type, and then as you show up, you can see the amount of flow that's in that pipe. That will help you determine which nozzle to use. By using the right nozzle, you can start to pre-clean the pipe before you actually clean it by knowing which nozzle is best for the job. And then the other thing is becoming very observant. You'll watch the hose as it's coming back. If you start to see stuff on the hose as it's coming back, that's a real good indication to either slow way down and turn the pressure up, or swap out nozzles and re-clean it with the right nozzle. Anybody ever caught a mad amount of roots coming back on it just from little hairs on the hose as it comes back? You catch those little hairs on the hose, swap it out, have the CCTV come back, and we found one that was almost 80% blocked with roots. You're able to come back and clean it before it ever caused the sewer to blow. So a lot of it is just being very observant and choosing the right nozzle to help find the problem before it actually shows up on you.
Hey, initial requirement when you played it about the call, you ever send your camera up there to watch?
Hey, Bruce.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that disinfectant, how it works?
Yeah, basically, this is this didn't come with the truck, but it's been on there for over a year now, so all of our cleaning trucks have these. Yeah, turn this thing on.
Anybody ever used?
Everybody seen this Vanguard system before? So that's been on our trucks now for about a year or so. But basically, I think it was out there at Owens. They could install Owens out there and off of 56. Put that on for us. But basically, this is a solution comes out of this hole over here, right? So basically, disinfects the sewer hose as it comes back up out of the manhole. Over here on this side of the truck, you come over and see how they mounted it on here. You guys come over here. Don't say if you're interested in this or not. But this is what it's called. And right up here's my little tank that has the solution in there, or the disinfectant or whatever. So I can dial that down how much I want to put in at a time or come out of my canister. But right here is So I just turn on the power up there by the hose roll. There's a valve that I can open up, and that will disinfect my hose that can come out of the hose. Pretty nice. I don't think I'd ever use it. I've been around this stuff, you know, for as many years as I have been, but it's actually pretty nice. Sometimes, yeah, I thought that stuff was gonna get in the way if I had my tube stuff in the hole.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask.
Yeah, so a little bit, you have to kind of adjust your tube a little bit. And also, when we first had to put on, they had one of the hoses too long, so it started rubbing on the road. We had to have that one replaced, and the one put on that was shorter. But any dip and stuff like that, you'd be rubbing on up the ground or whatever, up there in front where they pulled it in. Basically, this is how they plumbed it in right here on my roller. This is my level line right here, and this is where I plumbed it into. So then the little valve right here behind here, you just open that up, and that starts feeding the disinfectant to that canister. So it comes up out of the, pretty nice looking, when it comes back out of the manhole, right? You don't have the paper, or sometimes you see a little bit of, you know what, knock out the duty, right? It gets sucked to the water hose, but for the most part, you know, how the cleans are right off. You know, if you ever have to make adjustments and have something got like a hand, maybe straighten up your reel or whatever, you're coming back in, if you like, you know, nice and tight and, you know, straight or whatever. But that level wind does a pretty good job, you know, keeping it, looking nice when it comes back in. When I first started running these factory trucks, you know, they didn't have this level wind thing with the old, hey, that guy knows all about it, right? The good old handlebar, right? So this arm here, shoulder, got, you know, ginormous. There's certain parts where you really have to fight it right, but you know, they don't kind of do the same. But over here, you have to like play off the ground, right? But we always win. Out there is our place. I know there's another nice cleaning combination truck or whatever, but yeah, guys, we're interested in that thing. It's pretty nice.
You know, these reels, they don't.
What's that?
They say that.
Like it's my flashlight holder, so if I need to look down inside the manhole, see what kind of material we're bringing back or whatever. Pretty, you know, bright light to look down in.
How
there.
often are you filling up their salute?
Dude, almost 2-3 weeks. Cause I do over there, the dial, you can dial it in, how much you want to put in, you know, if you want to, you know. You can see there's a dial up there, you can keep about a quarter or a half, you know, on the dial, like it's turning up more than some will come out, but as far as, you know.
And everybody who's ever cleaned sewer lines knows the best day is laundry day, right? Because as you're cleaning, that smells so good.
Yeah.
That
County, baby, we gotta open it.
disinfectant actually works very similar to where it does help with the odor quite a bit. And safety wise, you don't have to worry about catching some of that bacteria and everything that comes with it, so.
And when you're done using that, it just has a little holster right here that you put it in. But yeah, sometimes when you're trying to get the tubes in on the setup, you know, you have to kind of, you know, watch out for those, but they kind of hang down there below your roller.
Any other questions?
Just
Hey,
look like that.
Did Bruce get a chance to talk?
A little bit. Hey, I'm not a talker. These guys, hey, you know what I'm talking about, right? No, Jason's a guy.
Yeah, who's
Jason? Where'd Dave go?
Dave, where'd Dave go?
Yay. That's right. Back there talking.
Hey.
he's taking command.
He's the one.
He's not, yeah.
He's the bad.
Truck hazards.
He's pretty quiet about this. Or anything. Besides like a demonstration, you're gonna use these.
That's just basically for a demonstration, yeah.
We actually have used it
Yeah.
for, so we'll suck out wet wells. We have 12 pump stations and we do have one that takes 290s to get where we need to be, and we'll use it for that.
You have to go through the doors. It's really. See those back. Like you said, part there, just yeah, extends right down that stand a hold.
Yeah.
Stand a boom, whatever. So you don't even have to.
Anything else you guys like to hear?
Yeah.
Black, you know, we have. Yeah, you guys do the, you guys do circulation.
Folks, we really want to thank folks from Granger Hunter for bringing their equipment and showing us some great stuff here. Ricky, Dave, Bruce, appreciate so much your time and really sharing how awesome you guys are. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.